Good day. I am CJM Plaza. Together with Shina Miliano, we are the Group 17. There are two topics or lessons that we will discuss in this video: the gender and labor and the gender and media.
Gender and labor.
Lesson objectives. First, understand fully the relationship of gender equality, and labor. Second, determine the status of gender equality in the various sectors of labor market. Third, comprehend salient policies of gender equality in the labor market. Introduction. Women face different constraints from men in the labor market. This is recognized in Republic Act 9710, known as Magna Carta of Women, enacted in 2009. So the government saw how women being mistreated in the labor market. That's why they implemented Republic Act 9710, known as Magna Carta of Women. So this act recognized that equality of men and women entails the abolition of the unequal structures and practices that perpetuate discrimination and equality according to the Philippine Commission of Women. So, in reality, once a child is born, she or he does not know how to do any work. As the children grow, they learn into the various work, but society encourages them to certain specific work. For example, girls are asked to help in cooking and cleaning, while boys are asked to repair certain things. So this affect girls and women adversely, since girls are expected to take care of the household and their education is not priority for the family. But both boys and girls should be given equal opportunity to learn different skills set based on their interests and to grow. Household chores are not only women's responsibility, but it is also household responsibilities and all family members should contribute to it. So, the Philippine Commission of Women, or PCW, indicates that the Magna Carta of Women will level the playing field by making productive resources and economic opportunities equally available for both men and women. So, the purpose of this act is to provide or give equal treatment or equal distribution of job opportunities for both men and women in the labor market. So, this act was a grateful help for women. Now, what are these employment sectors? So, the first one is agriculture. Agriculture. Women farmers do not have an equal opportunity to acquire land or register it in their own names. They have fewer inheritance rights than male farmers. Women are also hindered in their access to extension services, skills development, including training in management and marketing skills, and improved farming equipment. So in agriculture, women suffer discrimination against men because they have less opportunities to register their land with their names. In that, they have a few works inheritance rights when it comes to agricultural sector of the labor market. Industry and manufacturing. The number of women working in economic zones is estimated to represent 64% of total employment and may be much higher in some industries, such as electronics and apparel, according to World Bank 2011. Reports suggest that working at living conditions are poor, that women find it difficult to obtain work while pregnant and after the birth of their baby, and that unionization is uncommon. So in this case, workers or employees of the industry and manufacturing companies or sector are more likely women. And in fact, the total of employment of the women of this sector is in this labor market is 64%, and remaining percent is indicated for men. So unlike to agricultural sector, to labor market, the industry and manufacturing sectors have higher women employees than agriculture. Tourism. It appears that tourist planning has not included women or has had insufficient regard for gender issues. Relatively few women have the educational qualification of foreign language skills to compete for front of house position in the hotel industry. As tour guides or in a travel agencies, and women are more likely to be employed as housekeepers, waitresses, or similar low-level position. So in this case, so even if you study in hotel management and then you will apply in a hotel as a housekeeper or waitress, they will consider you or a woman as a low-level employee because they are commonly higher positions is men because they thought women cannot lead in such a particular group or manage such a hotel industry. So in this low level position, women have low income. Business Processing Outsourcing. The Philippines Information Technology Business Processing Outsourcing Roadmap 2011 to 2016 is not gender responsive and does not address women's constraints in accessing higher paid work in non-voice services or likely growth in information technology and engineering. These matters, as well as the pay differential between men and women and employment conditions, require a specific government attention. So, the BPO doesn't focus only in call center services, but in fact, it has a lot to offer. For example, virtual assistants, data entry, and insurance services, and so on. So, in this case, mostly graduated in IT graduated in IT are men. So if the woman will apply in this sector before, they will have a low income. But now it's very different from before because all gender can apply, and it's not only focusing on their gender, of course, but in their skills and in how they manage or work. Now, most IT employees are most likely higher paid. Government services. Public sector employment is an important source of jobs with better pay and conditions for women than many other industrial sectors. But women are constrained by being predominantly employed in tradition now. Gender stereotype carried sector government occupations such as health and education, and they are underrepresented in the higher paying subsectors. So in this case, they belittle again women according to their strengths or ability because as we observe in health services commonly government employees are women. I know all types of gender are capable to work in this field, and I can say that woman has the ability to lead good. And a good example for this is our Vice President VP Sara Duterte. All types of person can lead, but of course with the full heart and full dedication to serve with honesty and transparency. Entrepreneurship. There has been a rapid surge in the number and proportion of female entrepreneurs in the developing countries according to Manatee and Nodi 2010. One survey indicated that women entrepreneurs are more likely than men to be motivated by necessity. These are livelihood-oriented entrepreneurs attempting to escape unemployment, according to Vietnam Women Entrepreneurs Council 2007. So in other studies, it indicates that female-led MSMEs increase employment opportunities for women and contribute toward their development goals. So in this case, so nowadays, mostly business owner are women because they more involved in business, especially nowadays beauty product is very trending and famous business, and of course not just for beauty business, but also in other field of business. Mostly of owners of micro enterprises are women. Salient policies on gender equality in the labor market. So salient means important. The gender equality in the labor market in the Philippines report from the Asian Development Bank document the nature and its extent of gender inequalities in the Filipino labor market. The report also share promising initiatives that has been developed to counter gender discrimination and promote equality for working men and women through legislation and social economic policies to reverse the unequal labor market outcomes for women. So, the country's 1987 constitution has enshrined this right in Section 3, Article 13, Bills of Right, and in Section 14, Article 2, which ensure fundamental equality of women and men before the law. Article 3, Chapter 1 of the Labor Code, as well as Republic Acts 6725, 719, 7877, and 8551 all provide for fundamental human rights protection, including the anti-discrimination provisions, and they ensure fundamental equality, prevention of sexual harassment, and temporarily special measures. So, the Philippine Anti-Sexual Harassment Act number 7877 of February 8, 1995 is an example of good legislative practices. So this is provide for fundamental human rights protection. The Magna Carta of Women, Republic Act 9710 is overall legislative framework that articulates the specific rights, needs, and support required by women in their general and working lives. So, although the Magna Carta of Women provides a good legislative framework, implementation issues remain. So even though this act provides a good legislative framework, but still there is an issue because some Filipino women often do not know about their rights, and the compliance system, complaints system is very confusing even if they do. In 2012, the Philippines became the first country in Asia to ratify the ILO Domestic Workers Convention 2011 number 189. In early 2013, President Aquino also signed a new law, Republic Act 10361, known as the Batas Kasambahay Domestic Workers Act, in order to better protect this large group of mostly young female workers. So to summarize this lesson, gender and labor is gender equality and labor market are very important principles are related to one another. Gender equality is not properly implemented in the labor market as women still are treated with disfavor and discrimination. Policies are in place to address gender inequality, but still the issue persists and prevail even up to present. So even now there's still mistreated to women.